Hello again, it's Jessica Daniels from InReach Solutions, Customer Experience Coordinator. In this video, we're talking all about adding birth parents. So we're in our home page in SAM. We're going to click on Birth Parent. And you'll see here on the sidebar, we can add birth mothers or birth fathers here. We also, out of the box, SAM does come with birth parent reports. So you can pull these up. Like if you click on birth mothers here, it'll pull up all the birth mothers that you have listed in your SAM. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click back on birth parent there. We're going to add a birth mother. All right, so after we click on the Add New Birth Mother button, we are taken to what we call an edit form. And this is a form that has all of the details of this birth parent in that we can add. Lots and lots of information. So I'm not going to go through each section individually. You can dig through here and see what information is relevant to your agency and what might not be. What's important to know here is to make sure that the active birth mother section is checked if this is an active person. Also, over here, we can add an inquiry date, which is maybe when this person contacted us. So we're going to check that. We're also wanting to make sure that our case stage is added here. So let's say this person just inquired on August 31st, 2020. So they're still in the inquiry stage. They haven't filled out the application yet. In the future, when you're more familiar with SAM and you're setting up your auto actions, your checklists, your public forms, a lot of this information can be filled out by the birth mother in those public forms so that you're not actually doing all this data entry. But for now, I just want to show you how these things are added into SAM. Okay, so you'll also notice the little edit buttons. If you are an admin, you will see little edit buttons on the side. And what that means is you can actually edit these lists, these drop-down menus, etc. Okay, so birth mother social worker. This is a way to add a person, social worker, person, to a birth parent record. So we're connecting birth parent record with a person record. So in this case, we're going to be adding the social worker that is in our organization, our adoption agency's organization, to this record. So we're going to click edit. And this person's name is Donna. And she pops up here, Donna Garcia is her name. What you'll notice, before I click on that, what you'll notice here is this says this will only search entities that meet the following condition. Person type equals caseworker. So the reason that Donna's name is popping up is because in her person record, her person type, caseworker is selected. If it wasn't, she would not come up. So we're going to click on her name, and that adds her to the record. Same thing goes here for the expected child details. Let's add in the due date. Let's say December. We can add in the ethnicity. We can also edit this as well. Admins can edit this drop-down menu as well. So birth father, if we haven't added the birth father already in our system, we can actually do that from here. There is a small little glitch in SAM currently though, so I wanted to show you that. So we're going to click edit, and we're going to say that the birth father hasn't been added in our system yet, so we want to go ahead and add him. So we're going to click add birth father, and I'm going to name him Jim Simpson. There he goes. And so I don't have a whole lot of information about him, but I do have his name. So I want to add him in here. I'm just going to scroll all the way down and click save. So this is where the glitch is happening, where we see this blank screen. Not to worry, he is in our system. So we're going to close that out. We're going to go back to this birth father on record, and we're going to search his name, Jim Simpson. There we go. We're going to click on him, and there he is. So that's how you fix that. Really easy. All right, so I've added more information into this form for our birth mother, and I'm going to click save. which brings me back out to her cover page. So the cover page is basically a summary of the information that you've entered. An edit form is the form that we were just in where you can enter in lots and lots of data. I do recommend if you're entering in all of that information to do that through this edit form that we were just on. I don't recommend doing that individually with these little fields here on the cover page. It's just a lot easier if you're doing a lot of data entry to do that in an edit form. You'll also notice here that there are case stages that we can add in here. We can add in the program type. So I'm going to click edit to show you how that happens. And again, if you're an admin, you'll see these little edit buttons to change these drop down lists. So I'm going to add her to our adoption case program. We can also add in more team members here. So Donna Garcia is our social worker, and she is the case manager as well. If we wanted to add a counselor or other agencies in here, we can add them in the person records first and then add them here, or we can just click edit and add them from within this section. You'll also notice on the sidebar that there are a lot of other options within the birth mother section in SAM. Feel free to dig in here and click on these options and get familiar with them. That's really the best way to get to know SAM. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this guide's been helpful. If you have any questions or need any additional help, just email us at support@inreachsolutions.com.